And there we are.
We're live?
We're live.
We're live. Run while you can, everyone. Run while you can.
Too late now. They're trapped.
You got any pre-roll, Chuck?
Ready to do this.
All right. Well, we'll get to it. We're playing some Weird Frontiers tonight. I'm playing through one of the modules that came with a Kickstarter, all available on DriveThruRPG. Chuck, if you can spam that link. If you haven't picked up the PDFs yet and you're interested in the game, please do so. While we had a successful Kickstarter, the prices of getting the books printed and shipped went up by several fold by the time the Kickstarter ended and delivery began. So David's still well underwater on this one. So help the guy out. Pick up your PDFs. Wonderful game. And we'll show it off a little bit tonight. So, Chuck, who are you playing?
Oh, I am playing Pierce McIntyre, occultist extraordinaire. I cast a few spells, dabble in the dark arts, and am now the legal guardian of one scab.
Not two scabs.
Just
one scab. All right, Jake, who you got tonight?
Oh, well, I've got a former French photographer turned spiritual medium, or a calavera, as they say in Spanish. He is Kilian Fouché, and he is here to observe. Well, he was initially here to observe the Civil War, and now, since the end of the Civil War, it seems a grim, horrible, ancient apocalypse is unfolding. So he's observing that, too, and occasionally taking pictures of the masked luchador who accompanies the party.
God, you're like his publicist now or something.
Absolutely.
Dan, what lucky son of a gun are you playing tonight?
Muted one.
I wish that lucky was the way to describe it, but it's far from it. Unlucky, I think, is more accurate, but a chance. Supposedly our gunslinger, but more like our punching bag for the enemies.
Well, there is that. And the man playing. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've been down to 1 HP numerous times in this campaign.
As long as you don't go below, everything's fine, right? Yeah, that's the
holding the line.
And I was saying the man that plays the child, former child, Scab. Introduce yourself there.
Hi, I'm Scab. I'm 12 years old. Oh, I was in a cave-in at a mine I was working in. I guess I'm a Tommy knocker now. I don't know what that means. I've just heard people say it, but things are on the upswing now because Mr. McIntyre adopted me. I just got to make sure he stays good and safe. I don't want to lose another father.
And tell me, what's the name of the boneless, mostly liquid cat that you have hanging around you these days?
Tabby.
Tabby the boneless cat. That's perfect. Perfect. Eddie, what mountain of glistening muscle are you playing?
Oh, I am playing Ivan the Luchador. I am a little low on health right now, but I am high on glistening muscles and oil, so always ready to go, although the bones and the flesh may not be as willing at the moment.
And Joe, playing the unpronounceable, undecipherable when he signs his signature. That's probably planned.
Yes, absolutely. I'm playing the Jebediah Bejebums, the gambler who likes to downplay his magic ability because he doesn't want people to think he can do fancy things with cards. But
yeah, that would make you some kind of cheat or something.
Right. Even though I don't think I can do the magic things with cards to actually cheat in gambling. But I have skills for that.
All right, guys. Last session, you blew into the town of Ogalala. The first thing you did was find the Crystal Palace Inn and watering hole where you killed a bunch of people, including a wrestler known as Pighead and his crew, rescuing two fair barmaids who were being harassed and interrupting a fine game of euchre in the back between a few men that just kind of continued to play their cards as the fight went on. And one low bartender who just shakes his head and brings out the mop bucket and pail. I think that's where we ended the last time, yeah? And during all of this,
He doesn't actually need to do that. We can just let Scab take care of it.
I actually
Killian.
I did take my new skill being custodial services at my level up.
Always a good thing to level up. It's always in demand. Killian, our French photographer, was out trying to round up a bunch of ghostly cattle that he was able to see in the near. Don't seem to be too willing to go on to the afterlife, as something in the meat packing place has Rayner's Meat Market is the name of the sign you see. You get the kind of connection between all of these ghostly bovine and something going on over there. But let's cut scenes back to the Crystal Palace. You guys have just finished off Pighead and his crew saving the two bar maidens who tell you Blue Katie and Dollar Annie are the names of them. Thank you very much. They're a little frightened at the bloodshed that you caused in here, the manner of death that you dealt out. But they are still very, very thankful. The barman slides you, everybody, a few beers down the table, and they'll bring them over to you as he scratches his head thinking, what am I going to do with these bodies, as he looks around the room.
I'll take care of it for you, sir. Don't you worry.
Some kind of mortician, son?
I don't know the meaning of the word, but I'll clean up.
Undertaker. You an Undertaker's apprentice, boy?
I'll just look at Pet McIntyre with a blank stare, clearly not
Yes.
understanding.
So yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
Well, I don't want to stand between a man and his profession. You go right ahead. I take it, Mr. McIntyre, you are a Undertaker? Someone
Yes,
schooled in the sciences of dealing with cadavers.
I am. Last thing we would want is to let these set and another case of typhoid break out.
Yes. I go to see to my customers. I'll leave you to it. Thank you for not destroying much of my bar. Again, frosty beers are brought out by Dollar Annie and Blue Katie to everybody. Say thank you very profusely for what's going on. It's like these men just blew into town. Them and their gang. There's the dry period. There's not any cattle around. Everything's really slow in town. It's worse this year. Never seen it so slow as this year. You have a beer. Kid,
Yes, I noticed something wrong with your Rayner's Meat Market recently. Has there been some sort of problem there lately?
Scab, are you just chowing down?
No, he scoots him out of the room and starts cleaning before. So he's basically sneaking bites here and there as he moves the bodies out.
Blue Kitty hands you a beer anyway. It's like, you got some hair on your chest there, boy. You're man enough to have a beer. Here you go.
Well, then it's my first act as a man to buy a lady a drink.
And I'll just hand it back to her.
Oh. Well, gives you a little bow. Why, thank you. We'll talk about more what men do later. Walks away.
Oh my.
He'll just stare blankly at McIntyre again.
You know, Scab, one day you'll grow up to be a terrific lady. Oh, I'm.
Jebediah, the men in the back playing euchre of all games. You haven't seen a good game of euchre in a while. Cards are flying fast and furious. To see good $20, $30 on the table there between them.
Ooh, I definitely want to swoop in on that.
All right, just a pair of
Try my
guys
luck.
doff their hats at you very warily after all the action.
Mhm.
Not looking for any trouble, mister. Just
Like,
playing
oh no,
our
I just
game
saw you
here.
guys were playing some cards. Got room for another?
They kind of look at each other. Fair warning, sir. We are professionals at this.
Oh, I'll rely on some beginner's luck maybe.
Well, it's your dollar. You do have a dollar, don't you, sir?
Yeah.
Sit down.
I think I've got enough for a few rounds.
We're playing a little euchre. What's your game? We can switch over to poker, faro, whatever you'd like, sir. What's your game? You name it.
I'll try this for a while.
Yeah, you sit down, play some euchre. I'll give you a roll in a bit. Just kind of looking at the table. These two obviously, you don't think they're natives of this town. You see two travel bags sitting down by the chairs next to them. Figure they're probably just stopping through. Professional gamblers, they claim. There's a good amount of money laying on the table there.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit down, you ply your trade. Wow. Some of you are pretty banged up. Chance, you're down to 1 hit point. You're pretty messed up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty normal. I was going to actually ask if there was somewhere to go get a little patching up done.
Dollar Annie comes out with a little tray with some scissors and some thread on it, a little bowl of alcohol, and starts dabbing at your face. He says, "You just sit down here, son. Let me. Oh, look at that gash. Now, we don't got a proper doctor in this town anymore. I'm afraid he got killed in the last bar fight. That was a couple months ago. We haven't been able to attract a replacement. Maybe when the cattle season comes through, but I am a fair hand at stitching. I can fix up that cut over your eye and that gash in your arm there and that hole in your... Ooh. Okay, she pants herself.
Do your best. one at a time.
All right. Well, she cleans off the wounds and she sews you up a bit and says, I do recommend you stay off your feet for a while. I mean, you need a good night of bed rest. And I do mean bed rest. I mean, not exactly what I do in a bed all evening, but you need some rest, sir. We do have some empty places upstairs. I'm sure the bartender...
That was going to be like my next question. Somewhere to go, not exactly die, but almost.
Yeah. And she's looking at your chest. It's like, I've heard of sucking chest wounds before. Never seen one on a living person. I'm sorry we got no doctor here, but you can stay upstairs. So Chance, she's not great, but it's enough that she's cleaned up your wounds, sewed a few things up. If you do want to take a day's worth of bed rest, it would count as having a doctor's administration. So that would be 3 hit points, but it's basically all day. You're going to have to stay in bed through tonight and tomorrow to get that back. So you decide.
I mean, I kind of need it because literally the next thing that goes wrong, I'm going down. So,
all right. So while she's still administering to you, what do you think about that? So Killian, you've seen the bovine all get really antsy around that meat market. Rainers, I think somehow there's something that's tying them to this earthly plane here, keeping them from going along. You hear the gunshots and the brawl going on over at the place you left your friends. Seems to have been quiet for the last few minutes, though. And
I showed up there towards the end.
Yeah, you walk in.
I
so
it helped some. I guess you could say I helped Pigmask's friends kill him.
You did.
Yeah.
So you're the last one basically in, and turn around, standing behind you in the saloon doors. It's a little young man, very filthy. He's not got shoes on, barefooted. His pants are a little too short for him. Legs stick out. Looks to be well fed though, just filthy. And he's just standing, waiting for someone to acknowledge him. And Killian, you're closest to the exit. You turn around, and you see him. When you make eye contact, he looks up. He says, "Are you the Frenchman, Mr. Foster?"
I am.
Okay. Which of these folks here are your friends? I was told to expect some folks. He thinks real hard. He closes his eyes. He kind of balances from foot to foot. Mr. Chance, Mr. Ivan, Mr. McIntyre, and a scab.
I'm going to look around this young man. Am I seeing anybody else trying to give him pointers right now?
He's got his eyes closed like he's trying real hard to remember names.
And who told you most of these names?
Lady M. Lady M wants to see you. I was sent over to collect you. She said you'd be arriving today and that there would be some trouble.
Well, there has most certainly been some trouble. I do have a friend of mine who is I'll look over at Chance and I'll notice that he's sitting in a pool of alcohol and blood. I do have a friend who's in rather rough shape. I'm not sure if he's willing to entertain ladies. I'll see who I can gather to go speak with.
Lady M's told me that it's safe passage. You won't have a lick of trouble getting there and back. I'm assured of this.
Well, in that case, perhaps you wouldn't mind staying with us for a while we stretch out our legs from our gruesome train ride.
He just nods, and he waits, and the bartender's like,
I'll give
Obi,
a kid $1.
go on, get in here, Obi. Nods. Bartender looks at you and says, Obi's not normally welcome in here. I don't like having kids about my bar.
That's understandable.
Obi sits down and just waits. Bartender throws him just a simple ham sandwich. Starts just tucking into it.
I'll give a kid $1.
A whole $1, Mr. Fotcher?
Photographers make much money.
Yeah, money.
Wow.
And usually have gambling friends who spend all theirs. That's very nice.
He hides it somewhere about his body. Well, that's very kind of you. Lady M sees to my roof and my education and my feeding. But getting some actual money now and then is awfully nice too.
Some shoes and a bath might not hurt. Excuse me.
Shoes are for city folk.
Fair enough. I'll go and pat the shoulders of everybody else available and allow them to know that we have a very strange and disgusting child who isn't Scab that is hoping to secure us some passage.
A very full Scab comes out of a back room after a bit.
Oh,
Come on, Scab. Let's go make you a new friend.
Oh. Hey, you want to see my cat?
you got a euphemism?
cat?
I just let
Looks at
Tabby
it.
like slurp down into his lap.
He looks like it's the best thing ever. He picks up Tabby, whirls him around. Tabby kind of elongates a little bit, wraps him around his neck. This is great.
Oh, look, he called up on you. That means he likes you.
Yeah,
My name's
he's
Scab.
Tabby for a bit. Hi, Scab. I'm Obi. I work for Lady M. You're supposed to come and see her.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I work for Mr. McIntyre.
I'm supposed to tell you something. Hold on. I got to remember this. He thinks real hard. He closes his eyes. You can see the concentration on his face. I was told to tell Scab that Pighead is just a name and he don't taste like pork. Does that mean anything to you?
Maybe.
Lady M is confusing sometime, but she sees the future.
Oh, okay. I get confused all the time. But I don't think Pighead's going to bother anybody for whatever again. He did
What's
not taste
Ivan
like pork.
doing? How far are you down, Eddie?
How on health?
Yeah.
I got four points left.
Ooh, yeah, you're pretty beaten up too.
I am beat up.
Yeah.
I'm laying on the
so-
floor right now, actually.
Yeah. So after they're done, after she's done patching up as best she can, Chance, she'll come over and administer to Ivan as well. Both of you can just take. I'll be nice. Both of you can take 1 hit point back just from her, like stitching up wounds and cleaning out everything. You can take 1 back just from that.
Woo! Practically healed.
Just from some TLC.
Well, she spent some time as a nurse before she found, other avenues. It's not half bad. Yeah, cleans you up, does a pretty good job stitching, talks to you while she's jabbing that needle in and pulling that cat gut through, so it distracts you. She's pretty good at it.
The sweet, tender care of a firm hand. Ivan is his spirits are certainly raised for sure, if not the rest of his mortal coil.
There you go.
Ready to go.
All right. Well, let's see how Jebediah is doing. I'll tell you what, Jebediah, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a skill test here. Are you cheating? Knowing that they're professionals.
Yeah, does that like change the chance that they notice me or something?
Yeah, it does.
I think I'll go a normal round first and then just see how that goes.
Okay. All right, just make me a skill check. If you're not cheating, use let's see, how do I want to do this? You're playing euchre, so there's strategy behind that. You make me an intelligence check.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot of that, but
And you're a gambler, so you'd roll the test with the D20. Okay, so a 5, you do better than one of the men, and actually, you do really well.
wow.
Yeah, the margin isn't quite as high.
Mhm.
How much were you willing to lose? I should have asked this before the roll, but how much were you willing to lose?
Whatever they had anteed, so I would have put in
It's $20
like,
on the
I would've
table.
matched.
You want to match that?
Yeah. Well, I would have matched like whatever my share. So if there was 2 other people, I would have been 10 then.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, you win. Euchre's a little drawn out, so you play for a little bit, you win the table, $20. They don't
Sweet.
seem bad at all. They're like, that's best hand of cards I've seen in a while. You a pro too? You making the rounds? A lot of tournaments going on.
Like I
this season.
said, beginner's luck. I don't play this one a whole lot.
Yeah, that works in pool halls and snookers, not in cards, my friend.
I'm just being modest, but
Well, hey, one of them pulls out a flyer, lays it on the table for you. You're pretty good. Here's a list of the circuit that's going on right now. If you find yourself in any of these towns on those dates, enter, could win some money. Me and my friend here just stopped in for a drink, bit of food. We're gonna this town seems to be pretty dead.
yeah, no, I'm for sure interested in that.
They both like they get up, pay the tab, and again, they both shake your hand. It's like, good to meet you, mister.
The Jebediah Bejebums.
Yeah.
I'll do like a little bow.
Taller, round guy. It's got a big, bushy red beard, and the bowler cap pulls off the cap, seeing he's got a big bald pate, sticks out his big meaty hand. Teddy McCall, my friend here, is Louis L'Angel. He doesn't speak too much English. Understands just fine. His mouth isn't really good at forming anything more than Creole. The guy just smiles at you, but he shakes your hand. He's like the antithesis of his friend here. He's short, but he's really thin, like beanpole, and he's got a fabulous suit, rumpled from long travel, but well made. They both pack up, they grab their valises and say, well, we're gonna It's a coach house not far from here. We're gonna try and get us a stagecoach and get out of here. But it's a pleasure, Mister
We'll say like,
Jebediah.
yeah, good luck with that.
All right,
And,
so Joe, you made $20,
Sweet.
and you got a flyer of a number of towns that are holding different card games and tournaments this season.
Our party's moneymaker at work again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Money
I'll
machine go.
definitely-
brrr. All right.
I'm surprised I made it with that roll. But worked out.
Yeah, they rolled pretty low too. Probably they're shaken from what was going on. All right. You guys ready to go with Obi, who's finished up his sandwich and he's playing with the cat?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Mhm.
He's just rolled the cat into a ball and hands it back to Scab. It's a few miles south of town. Lady M lives on a river barge. If you need to pack up anything, I don't know if you've already gotten place to bed down tonight or not, but just a few miles south of here.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
ready?
Yeah.
I'm good
Would
to
this mess up my rest by doing this, or
Yes.
It's just, if as long as you rest tonight through tomorrow, you'll be fine. Assuming you're given a chance to get back and rest.
oh, that was the next question I was going to ask. Like, are you bringing us back here when we're done?
Lady M just said to bring you to the barge. That's all. I mean, after that, I guess for your own free will and all. She didn't give me a glimpse into your future past that.
A barge ride can be very relaxing.
Oh no, she don't
Can
ride
be.
the barge. She just keeps it moored out the water. She says it's protection against haints and spirits, and gives her her psychic powers a place to ground, something like that.
I might just have to trust you all to have the fun.
Well, she said that you'll get there safe.
I know, but I gotta get back here safe.
Scout, you'll be Chance, you'll be fine.
Carry me.
Okay.
Scab?
I don't know if Ivan's in any state to carry him. That might be a little more comfortable.
That's okay, sir. I got it.
Just
He's got a lot
fireman
more
carry.
strength than I do.
Scab's looking pretty good, actually. He
Okay.
just
Yeah,
ate
Scab's at full
7
health.
men. He just used the meat to patch up his holes.
Yeah.
He's actually doing all right. All right, so you guys pack up. You head south out of town, and you come to Long River. You saw some maps of this territory. It's the South Platte River, if you read your maps right. And there is a flat bottom barge just moored right off the northern bank. It's roughly 30 by 20. Its major feature is that where the captain's cabin would be has been expanded out into kind of a ramshackle shelter. Scrap wood, heavy tarps, buffalo hides, and horse and coyote skulls kind of just all over the place. And long strings of meadowlark feathers. And there's a very small pine board that makes a very rudimentary gangplank going up to it. Killian, you are very aware that there are spirits all around the river line, wood line, just kind of hanging out, peering out behind trees. The spirits all look damaged in some way. Like if they were humans, you'd say they're wounded or they've been scared. Some of them look like they might have been driven insane, just kind of drooling, kind of shaking their bodies around, just kind of hiding around bouts. And as you come by, they all just kind of pull back, kind of hiding themselves from you, which is something you're not used to with spirits. Generally, spirits want to meet and talk to you.
I think I'll pass on attempting to communicate with them for now.
Okay. You're all standing around looking at this, and from the inside of the call it the captain's cabin. A very gruff voice kind of comes out. Stop your lollygagging and get in here. We're wasting time.
Very well. I'll head in.
Be right behind my paw.
Crossover.
And I'm right
the
behind
barge.
Scab. Literally.
All right. Pierce, your sixth sense kind of goes off as you
Sure.
cross the pine board. You feel like you just feel a static charge over your body. The skin kind of goose fleshes up. Your hair stand on end. Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah. It's fine once you step on board. Just a very brief moment there.
There's
Almost
also
like
like a
you've crossed the
barrier
threshold.
I was passing through. Okay.
Everyone else comes across. Scab. Make me a
Mhm.
luck check.
Oh boy. Okay, let me get my sheet pulled up. Look. Where you at? Okay, luck check.
Boom. You got it. You step foot over the pine board, and it's like the air's got a little bit of resistance. It's very odd. You have to really force your foot through, but you're able to. And once your foot hits the deck, it's like you stumble a little bit as that force just lets go, and you cross over just fine. Is everyone
Must have
going
been
on board,
something I ate.
or is anyone staying on the shore?
It would have been funny though if she failed the luck check and dropped me and I died.
Yeah. Take D4 damage. Chance breaks his neck. Come on, I ain't got all day.
I mean, I'm going where Scab takes me.
Is anyone staying behind
Yeah.
on the shore? Otherwise,
I'll head on.
Nope. Everybody's heading in. Ivan,
Yep.
you as well. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'll head
you
on.
have to stoop down. Any of you that are taller than 6 feet, if anybody's fairly tall, you got to scoop down. The inside of the shelter just barely clears 6 feet tall, and there's a bunch of very brightly colored pillows. The inside smells of incense. If any of you are Catholic, it smells like the like censer, the stuff that comes out of censers that are waved around in Catholic churches. Very heady. The aromas in here are very odd smelling. Woven mats, rickety shelves of scrap wood. There's a very tiny iron stove with a kettle set on it. And then you're guessing Lady M, she's sitting by the fire, waving at you all to come in. Looks like she's in the late 30s, long hair, but it's held up in a bum with a couple of sticks stuck through it. Is wearing a red Oriental style dress, almost like a kimono, heavy cosmetic, white-faced, rouged, very heavily rouged cheeks, and a long silky beard that's been carefully oiled and coiffed. Well, sit down already.
Very well. Pleasure to meet you. I am Pierce McIntyre.
I know who you are. I know who all of you are. Just take a seat. You've been foretold by the spirits. They've been yammering in my ear for weeks.
Very well. Quick question. What kind of barrier do you have around your... It's quite an odd experience stepping on board.
Psychic shield. Spirits help me do it. Kind of a halfway house here. Again, Lady M's got a very gruff voice. Damaged spirits can't find their way home, lost, crippled. I take them in, nurse them as best I can.
Well, you and Killian might have much to talk about.
The Frenchman.
Yes, the Frenchman.
Yes.
She does a very elegant bow.
Yes. So about these terrible spirits you have lined up outside, they look in awful shape.
Oh, they are. There are things about that eat spirits, cripple them, harm them. They inevitably find their way to me, and I do what I can to patch them up.
So would that explain then the not so sanctified bovine lingering around the slaughterhouse.
No, those are none of mine. Those are none of mine. There's something awful going on at that slaughterhouse, and I haven't been granted the ability to see into that future, to see what's going on there, but it's all linked up with your friend Billy Ray.
Oh, well, that makes things much more interesting.
He's being used by some terrible dark forces. Threatens all of Nebraska, if not the world. It's all centered on him. Some mighty storm of psychic disturbance is all centered on Billy Ray.
Okay.
When did that all start?
Well, a few weeks ago. I had a vision. A terrible psychic storm all centered around Billy Ray. He's known in these parts pretty well. He's a good, if dumb man. Good of heart, good of intention. Stupid decisions.
How I remember him.
I don't know where he's gone to or what his disposition is now. And his spirit hasn't come this way, so I don't know if he's living or dead, but there was a mighty disturbance all centered upon him. Some spirit and earth moving powers all centered on Billy Ray. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but you've got to find him.
That is why we are here. I suppose if he's dead, I'll ask him then what killed him.
I don't know. I'd like you to find out. It's awfully powerful, and I don't know that his death has ended anything. If he is indeed dead. I can't stray from this boat. I've made some very powerful spiritual enemies out there. The things that harmed and maimed these spirits that I'm convalescing, I don't much like me interfering. If I set off this boat, I could be killed, struck down in a moment. So I can't do anything, which leaves you. I already know that you're looking for Billy Ray.
Very well. Do you have any starting points that we could begin our search?
Well, we can ask the spirits. We can ask the spirits. I got a seance we can perform. I need some Juneberry wood. I need you to go out in the forest there and get me some Juneberry. I'm going to make a special kind of fire. And you're going to drink some of my special tea.
Sure. I would ask that several of our friends are very injured. Could they stay here with you?
Oh, yeah. He turns around, throws a couple of clay pots at two to Chance and one to Eddie. Just smear this all over your wounds there. That'll help you out a little bit.
I'm good at smearing stuff on myself, so I'll do
it's
that
going to burn.
immediately.
It's going to hurt like fire, but it'll do you good.
I'm already halfway through smearing it, and I start.
This is what I got alcohol for.
You smell like salt and cayenne pepper and vinegar that you're just rubbing into the raw wounds. There's a little bit of lemon juice in there.
I smell delicious.
All right, so both of you can roll your hit die and get that many hit points back. Now, Chance, you were thrown 2 pots, but you can only use 1 a day.
Okay, that's fine. I gotta remember what my hit die is.
Oh God, Eddie.
It burns more than it helps.
I'm not feeling
6, boys.
confident. Oh no. Where is that? Trying to find
Out of
the
a 12, for God's sake.
I think mine's a D10, but
Yeah, it should be a D10.
See what Chance gets back.
oh, 3! I killed it.
That's a lot of burning for a little bit of help.
You got so much more than me.
2. I mean, I think we're tied on health now. I have 5.
I have 6, so I guess I got 1 more.
Now you all look like city boys with no woodcrafting to your names. You know what Juneberry looks like?
Not in the slightest.
I've seen one.
I do,
assume-
but I'm not good with English. Why don't you explain what it is to everyone?
She looks around and she throws you a branch that's still a little bit green. It's got some leaves on it. More of that.
Okay.
Wow.
Do we have anything to chop amongst us?
You can just tear off some branches. I don't need a whole tree or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Obi puts his finger up, says, No, Obi. You can't help them with this. It's part of their journey. He sits back down.
Well, maybe, would it be okay, ma'am, if he did help me with one small thing?
He holds out his hand for your cat. Lady M stares at the
He
cat
likes
for
it
a
when you
moment,
scratch his wobbly ear.
shakes her head, mumbles something about, I don't know how the damned are able to step foot onto my boat, but dear gods.
How dare you say that about the adorable cat?
Yeah, that is a disgrace to nature. Go find me the bushes, please. Just give me about 5-6 of those branches. We'll have our tea, do our little journey, and you can get off my boat.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you kindly for having us. I sure do like your fancy dress.
Thank you. It's imported.
It does look important. Just like you.
Very well. We will return.
I don't think anybody can match the adorableness of Scab.
No.
Scab, away.
All right. Okay, so I need you guys to, unless anybody has a reason to have any kind of wood skills or survival, unskilled check.
I was a
What would it be?
prospector.
It's not.
Not
We're
quite,
not looking
not
for
quite
a
enough.
mineral. We're not looking for
All
a
right.
mineral.
Unskilled
here.
intelligence.
It's no unskilled. It's a D10 roll.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'll
how
give you
in touch with
intelligence.
nature I was.
She's given you a sample what it is, so yeah, you can add your intelligence bonus, but you're rolling a D10 instead
Sweet.
of a D20.
-1.
Everybody's doing intelligence checks.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance.
We're all doing great, I see.
No.
Jebediah did as best as he could.
Oh no.
I found some poison ivy. Is this it?
Actually, you did. Jebediah actually finds something that you think is pretty close. Looks about the same. You strip off some branches, about what she asked for. Scab comes
Wait,
back
this
with
is
some
it.
poison ivy. Killian comes back with some poison oak. Chance comes back with ticks all over him.
Oh, I don't need those. I'm gonna die.
It's okay. All you need is a good bleeding for your wounds.
That's the start of a tick, isn't it?
Yeah, Pierce just
Exactly.
looks at the wood, just looks at the woods and just shakes his head and says, "Nope."
No, thank you. No, thank you.
So yeah, Jebediah, you come back with what you think is what she asked for. And she looks at it, looks at the state of everybody else, shakes her head, says, "Yeah, this will do. Sit down." And Lady M goes through a very complicated tea ritual where she skins off the bark and she shaves off the wood and brews this foul-smelling tea. Prepares it with a little whisk and has everybody sit down. She uses rainwater to brew the tea with, and she starts chanting while she's doing it. Pours everybody out a cup of it, takes a long sip herself, and she pours it all into like one large stein. She takes a long sip and she passes it on to Killian. Killian, do you sip?
Yes, I said, do you have anything for my hands? They're very itchy.
Well, just don't touch yourself in your privates. Now, it's very important. Say the name of Billy Ray after you take a drink.
After I take it.
After you take the drink, pass it on. Say Billy Ray's name.
All right. Take a drink. Billy Ray, and pass it.
Jaspers. His name is Billy Ray Jaspers. Get it right.
Billy Ray Jaspers.
Okay, so you do sip. All right. Make me a fortitude save.
Ooh, a fortitude save.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, boy. You know what? I have some excess luck. I'll burn a couple.
All right.
Make that
Well,
an
the
11.
difficulty is 16. Do you really want to burn that much?
No.
All right. All right. You drink up, and immediately after saying Billy Ray Jaspers, the world starts spinning around you. Feels good. Feel like you're flying. Who do you hand it to?
Let's see. I was just passing it to the right. So either Scab
I'll take the next.
or okay.
All right. Pass it over to Jebediah. Jebediah, you see him unsteadily hand you this large mug. Do you drink?
Oh, we got a player roll picked up
I think
in
I
the
do. I'll swirl it a bit, sniff it, and
All right.
take
There's a player
swig.
reroll on the table. If Killian wants to use it, you can. Up to you. All right. Jebediah, do you drink?
Yep, I do. Say
All right, you drink.
Billy
Make
Ray
me save.
Jaspers.
So yeah, with all those bits, do we have a bit criteria?
Well,
we
they're
doing anything
using
with-
the Goodman Games channel points, and for
Oh,
1,000
okay.
channel points, they get to bank a reroll.
You get to bank a reroll. Okay, sounds good. So Jebediah,
Go
ahead and make
we have
that
to make a
save.
16.
a 16.
I'm gonna burn some luck on that.
You really? Okay.
I get a D4 per point.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Go rolls
See if it helps.
ones.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll burn 3 to start.
3. Okay.
Burn another.
14. You're gonna burn another. All right. You got it. All right. You're
Just
fine.
enough.
I mean, you feel lightheaded, like you just drank an awful lot of alcohol awfully fast, but you're in command of yourself. Who do you hand it to?
Whoever's sitting beside me. Is anyone particularly keen?
I'll
On
give it
taking
a
a drink?
go.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Pass it to
Are you gonna
Pierce.
drink?
Yes, I'll take a sip.
All
Billy
right.
Ray Jaspers.
So, yeah, Jebediah, did you say Billy Ray's name or no?
I did.
Okay. Billy Ray Jaspers. All right. Let's have that save.
Fortitude. 19.
Oh, wow. No problem at
Oh,
all.
nice.
That just means that your character might be used to hallucinogenic properties of certain herbs. I'm not saying that Pierce does a lot of them, but Pierce probably does a lot. Who do you hand it to?
I'm going to go ahead and hand it to Scab.
All right, Scab. You drinking or not drinking?
Of course, I don't want to be rude to our fine guests. So I'll take a sip. Billy Ray Jaspers.
All right. You do have to give me the fort save as well.
Is there any chance it's related to poison?
No.
No? Okay, good.
Nope.
So in that case, I don't need to worry about that. And I'll just click it. Wow.
You got a 6 modifier, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Scab's got crazy good
Scab's
fort save.
drunk. Scab is like just gone. Who do you hand it to?
I don't know, it's whoever keeps me from dropping it. Mr.
Ivan snatches it.
McIntyre, I don't feel so
Okay.
good.
It's fine. Ivan, take that quickly.
I can't feel my
I'll take it from
face.
him quick.
I'll lay Scab down. Like, you just stare at the ceiling.
So does Ivan drink or does Ivan not drink?
Ivan will drink. Yeah.
Okay. Let's have
And
it.
fortitude save is what you said?
please. Boom! Woo! Ivan is high in the sky. I believe that's everyone, right? Everyone's had a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
say
me.
the words.
What?
You say the words.
Oh, I try, but it's just
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Chance,
it's
I guess
gibberish.
you catch it before Ivan drops it.
Bottoms up.
Woohoo!
Billy Ray Jespers. 11.
Okay. Wow. So most of you are drunk. So after the last Billy Ray Jespers is uttered, everything goes just completely black for everybody. You all just kind of pass out. And then that black is broken by stars twinkling in the night sky. You're all just kind of floating there. Those of you that failed your save, you're just passengers. You can't act at all. You're just a passive observers. If you passed it, you're fully aware of what's going on. You have your faculties and you find you can kind of move your spiritual body about. Killian, this is not the spiritual plane. This is something entirely different. You have transcended the bounds of some plane. I think you failed, didn't you?
I did. So yeah,
You did.
I'm
So
in
yeah,
for the
you're just a
ride.
passive observer. You all are deep into the night sky as the stars start to twinkle above you one at a time, until one of them not so much blinks into existence as it opens like a gigantic eyeball in the heavens. And a cat slitted pupil stares out from the heavens, and it looks down upon the world far, far below. And as its gaze looks upon the world, you're all drawn down to what it's looking at. You all see Billy Ray Jespers upon his mighty mule Clarence, as he's got a pickaxe over his shoulder. He's got a miner's hat on, and he's about to dig into the side of a hill. And this baleful gaze from the depths of space locks onto Billy Ray. And then there's just this confusion of chaos and time moving forward and backward and feeling like something's broken deep inside of you. Pierce.
Yeah.
I believe you are the only one that's cognizant of
And
anything but a watcher.
the Jebediah is.
Joe also.
And Jebediah
I
as well.
passed.
All right. Everyone else you're just kind of tractor beamed along with the gaze of this unblinking eye. But the two of you, the past, is there anything you want to do in this moment?
So he's standing there looking confused, and this strange eyes are staring at him.
This one eye, this cat slitted pupil eye, somewhere deep in the heart of space, just opens up and peers down upon Billy Ray Jespers.
Well, first thing I'll do is see if I can figure out Billy Ray's surroundings. Trying to find.
You look around, so you break out of the gaze's fixation on Billy, and you're able to turn around and get a good 360. You don't know this area, but you get a good look around. You see a ravine below you. You see a mountain rising above you. You see a town behind you. And so you get that right before the vision stops for you. Jebediah, how about you?
I want to call out to him, just start yelling like, "Fight it, Billy Ray! Fight it!"
Oh, give me a personality check.
All right. Do we have a reroll still?
We have that banked. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna reroll that. Oh.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yes. Best
Billy
reroll.
Billy Ray is he looks like he's transfixed by this baleful glare out of space, but then he hears you and he turns around. So I gotta ask, Joe, what's Jebediah's real name?
It is Jebediah.
It is Jebediah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not spelled the same way.
Yep. Right before Billy Ray's mind and soul break, he turns around and says, "Jebediah," and like the last bit of his
we're here.
sanity seems to like float out of him into something It just kind of floats above you, and you reach out and you grab it just as the vision ends.
Oh, we got
Now-
another re.
So those of you that failed your roll are out for the next half hour. Just laying on the ground, having the best physical high you can imagine.
This
Your
is what
mind
I
going
wanted the whole time.
It's like that. It's like that drug-induced thing from the heavy metal movie where you're just
God, yeah.
yeah. That's you guys for the next half hour. For those of you that failed, the two that passed, I mean, you come right out of it. And Jebediah, you got something in your hand. You open up your hand, and there's $20 gold coin in your hand. It's warm to the touch.
Is it like minted or anything? Does it have like a date on it or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a modern $20 gold coin. It just feels odd, like it's warm, like warmer than body temperature, warmer than it would be from you just clenching it. Kind of pulses almost too.
I'm gonna hold up whatever his name, Dimitri's knife, and see if it looks weird in the reflection of the blade.
Actually, everything looks weird right now. You see an aura that surrounds everything. Like you and Pierce kind of play around with this a bit while everyone else is knocked out. Everything that's alive, everything that's vital and has a living essence has an aura around it that you can kind of see. And Lady M is just nodding her head and says, "You'll find that what you're looking at corresponds to the personality of the person. Evil, mean-spirited people will have darker hues going towards black for the blackest hearted of them. Good folk or average folk, you'll have lighter colors. The more light their souls, the more light the color." And you look at the knife, you look at Jebediah, you look at the knife that you have, and she says living things, but the knife is lit up and its aura is pure white. It's just pure white light.
Okay, that's a good sign. I like that.
Now, while your friends are convalescing, they'll be able to do this too. But the reason Spirits granted you this power is this. And she pulls out a piece of paper. It's a rough scrawl. You all recognize this as Billy Ray has slipped you one of these more times than you can remember in his hastily scrawled, "I owe you."
Right.
Apparently, Billy Ray owed her $10. And he's stamped it with his thumb. He's got this big old thumb just there in wax. And she says, "Now you guys can all see this. It's outlined in kind of electric blue." So the spirits have blessed you with being able to sense Billy Ray's aura on things that he's passed by, ground he's trod upon, things that he's held. Jebediah, you notice the coin isn't lit up like that though at all.
Hold it up, lady. I'm like, "Do you know what this is? I got it from him during the vision."
You should ask your friend Killian more about that. That there's a soul coin.
I'm gonna attempt to talk to Killian, even though he's out of it.
"I'm riding the flying monster. Leave me be."
Pardon, mademoiselle. Voulez-vous Saint-Jacques?
Exactly. She also pulls out a tattered copy of a King James Bible, and you notice that it's covered in this kind of shocking blue, indigo, glowing lights, and says, "Billy Ray handled this the last time he was in my presence. You can see anything that he's come into contact with, it's left a little residue of his aura on it. When you're close to something he's been near, walked on, or touched, you'll be able to see it, at least for the next 48 hours. That's the best spirits could do. I mean, they're damaged spirits. You can only ask them to do so much."
Now, this is certainly a start. And I did get a good look at his surroundings, so I guess I could ask you, but you don't get out often, lady.
Well, I know a few spots that he frequents. There's a shack, of course, and Obi can show you where that is. His best friend in town, Ed Hoxie, He lives behind a shitty hotel here in town. What's that thing called again? He thinks about it for a minute. As GM looks at the notes.
It's Cowboys Rest.
Yeah, Cowboys Rest. That's where he's staying. And well, he used to spend a lot of time at Mount Calvary, Boot Hill around here. He's got some friends buried there. He'd go and he'd take a bottle with him and converse with his departed there quite often.
All right. Well,
Now, Obi can show you any of these places, and that's the best that I got to get you started on your path. But you got 48 hours, and I've got the bad feeling in my bones that whatever it was that touched Billy Ray, it's left just a powerful impression that's going to spread like a cancer, like a disease, a psychic disease.
very well. And she told us where his Billy Ray's shack was.
Obi can show you where it is.
Yes.
It's in town, but Obi can take you there.
Very well. Let's wait for our friends to wake up, and we'll decide which one of these threads we want to pull first.
I want to ask her too. Like, have you ever seen a white light this bright? And holding up the knife.
All right, I'm going to roll for this. That is mighty powerful. It's imbued with very beneficial spirits, but I've never seen anything like it. Never seen an aura that bright before.
Yeah, we got it from a friend of ours.
He must have been a very good man.
We believe he was. Seemed to be.
Yep. You waited out. Half an hour later, everybody wakes up from living a whole other life on some mystical plane far from here as the heroes of the story.
Everything still hurts. Give me more.
No.
I'm sorry, Chance. The hurt never goes away for you. She kind of winks.
Oh, no.
I could actually feel things, Mr. McIntyre.
Well, that
I hadn't
is
felt nothing for a while.
very exciting. We'll have to see if we can concoct something of our own to, so you can revisit those experiences more frequently.
It was really nice.
Just made a posse full of addicts right there.
The first taste is free.
I'll show the coin to Killian again now that he's speaking a language I understand.
Hi, Killian. Yeah, its physical presentation is a $20 coin, but its spiritual presentation is like a coin onto what the passers of souls place on the fair, Sharon's fair to cross. You lay on the eyes of the departed so they can afford the fare. Spiritually, that's what the token is. It's what you would lay on the spirit to make sure that they could pass.
Mhm.
Has some implications that Killian can work out.
I have heard of some individuals who can make these almost at will, deliver them to spirits to help them along their way. But this is also very expensive in our world. Quite amazing.
$20 is a lot.
Should we hold on to it for Billy Ray, or what can we do with it?
I think we should hold on to it for Billy Ray. Don't gamble it.
Yeah, he might need his $20 back.
As you say that, I'm like, you should probably hold on to this then.
And I'll put that in with my 34 other unspent dollars.
All right. So Obi's ready to take you. He's been eating a bowl of rice. Kind of odd to have over here. Eating a bowl of rice and just some fish that Lady M has cooked up for him. Wipes off his face. You notice the cat is slurping down a fish head. It's just kind of glorped itself over it, and the fish is slowly absorbing into its skin.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you so
terrifying.
much for sharing with Tabby. You're just the best, Lady M. Thank you.
Just find Billy Ray and stop whatever's gonna come. I like my little barge here. I like the work I'm doing and like to continue it. The 7 days a night weren't bad enough. I don't need no apocalypse ruining my day either. I get.
Very well.
Scab to the beer.
All right. So Obi takes you back into town. But when he gets, he doesn't, he goes to make like he's going to take another step, and then he kind of jumps back and he's shaking like he's just really scared. He says, Billy Ray Shack's that one over there. He kind of points. I can't get any closer. I'm just mighty scared. I just got a scared feeling about it.
Is there like an alpaca in there? Like alpaca lips?
Soft and fuzzy, but also quite terrifying.
Obadiah looks puzzled for a minute. He's like, I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it. I can't make myself go. I'm sorry. I can't get any closer. I feel like I'm going to die if I take another step closer to that place.
Haven't been really close to that just recently. I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe just go ahead and stay put.
Yeah, you stay back here. The rest of us will.
So, Chance, you're going to stay back with?
Also, yes. I mean, I will go with them, but not I'm going to hang back.
All right. Well, if you hang back, obviously to protect the kid, he
yes,
grabs you around the leg, and he holds your leg tight. And says, "Thank you, Mister. Thank
Don't
you for
squeeze too
staying, Mister."
That's when that crunch.
Yeah. You pop them.
All right. So he points to a shack. It's a tiny ramshack dug out on the side of a low hill. It's made from planks, scraps, and found wood. The only thing remarkable about it is there's a horseshoe that hangs over the low doorway. The yard is dirt. There's a single leafless box elder maple tree that's growing next to it. I mean, it looks healthy other than the fact that it's got no leaves on it anymore. The shack's door is closed.
Is anything with my sixth sense giving me any kind of...
Well, your sixth sense doesn't really light up, but the potent brew from Lady M shows you that kind of electric blue and indigo as Billy Ray has trod back and forth and touched just about every square inch of this hovel. You see his handprints everywhere.
Well, it's definitely... he was here. Who's going in first?
I'll charge up my I'll charge up my coach gun with some gloom and prepare for trouble.
As you guys are talking amongst yourself and preparing for trouble as you head, you hear just a very low whinny from behind this just ramshackled shack.
Oh no, not a horse.
It's a horse. This evil must be defeated.
Terrified.
I'm counting on you all to do this.
Yeah, I'll head back.
Perhaps we should check the perimeter first.
Yes.
Let's try and stealth.
Oh,
yeah,
he's,
okay.
He's stealthing. I'm just walking back there.
Yeah. Make me a roll. All right. Stealth around to the back end of this shack, and you see Billy Ray's mare, Pepper. This horse is very old. I mean, you remember seeing Pepper with him long ago. The poor horse is leaning against the back wall to stay out of the wind. The horse is miserable. It's been saddled. It hasn't been fed in a while. It's its bridle is keeping it just like a foot away from being able to drink water out of a trough. It has eaten every square inch of grass that was around it, leaving nothing but mud. And it's just in horrible condition.
Last game I played with a horse like this, it was a demon.
I will go and I'll go help the horse out. I'll get the bridle off of it.
So
Escort it to
Jebediah
the
comes
water
back
trough.
and tells everybody it's a horse. Okay. It's
Yeah.
still, as I said, it's still saddled, although it looks like saddle and its bag's taking damage as the horse rolled. He was rolling on the ground, trying to reach some of the grass or some of the water. So a lot of it's all banged up.
Yeah.
As you unbridle the horse and take it to the few steps to the water, you find that Billy Ray's left boot is still stuck in the stirrup.
Is there a foot in that boot?
There is not.
Oh, good. Very good. While it's drinking, I'll work
The
on
horse, yeah, just greedily.
Yeah.
Who else is back there? Anyone else?
Joe snuck
I'd
up
be with
me.
Mr. McIntyre.
Okay. Why don't you roll me I don't believe Pierce knows a lot about horses.
I
Roll me a
don't.
D10.
No.
You can add intelligence.
You could always bring it around front to me.
I got a 5.
All right. Yeah, you just let it drink its fill. You leave it where it can reach some more grass as it greedily slurps down the water. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Making sure nothing runs out the front without getting a shotgun blasted.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I
So
see
you cover.
Paul's helping the horse. I'm keeping my eyes peeled though, because I figure Obi probably has a reason for being scared.
I want to make a untrained check too to see if it's healthy to let the horse gorge itself when it's been starved.
Yeah. I don't guess you've got any horse handling skills either. So a D10 plus your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, while they're
Minus my intelligence.
doing all that,
Wow.
I'm fumbling
Yeah.
at the straps to tie and pull the saddle and everything off of it.
Yeah, Joe,
Was,
that's not
9
healthy.
to-
That horse is going to make itself sick by drinking and eating that much all that quickly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll rein it back and let it taste itself a little bit better.
It's trying to get its head and lips over to that water more. you pull it
Yeah.
pull it back a little bit.
I'll start
There's a frustrated neigh.
trying to pet it. And
Yeah. It knows you. It remembers you. Like it used to do something when you and Billy Ray hung out a while ago where it kind of rub up inside of your face and used to feed it like a carrot or a sugar cube. So it's doing the same thing. It looks expectantly at your hands. Does it again. So it remembers you.
yeah. Okay.
All right. So what are you guys
is
doing?
there-
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just keep the horse. I'll keep myself busy with that until something else pops up.
Everybody else around the front, what you doing? Door still closed. Killian, for some reason, has got a loaded shotgun just trained on that door for no reason at all. It just, that's how the French say hello, apparently.
Sir, do you want me to go ahead and go in there?
If you wish to go inside, I am right behind you with an enchanted shotgun.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to think upon it for a second. Nobody's already scared enough for the two of us, so I don't need to be scared of the darkness, none whatsoever. I am the darkness. I'll spend a point of personality to do Kinfolk Shadow.
Okay.
And just some of the various wounds that he's got will just kind of seep this inky darkness that just kind of creates a weird aura around him.
Okay.
And he'll start stealthing in.
All right. You open the door. A mass of insects, thousands, fly out into night. They swarm about you for just a moment before flying off in mass, seemingly headed for the moon as they fly straight up. It smells awful.
Perhaps not to Scab, though.
Yeah.
Okay. A few of these moths remain in the shack, flitting about, resting on walls and a few other surfaces. It's a small shack, dirt floor covered in a layer of burlap sack. There's a sleeping pallet, single wooden chair, and a whiskey crate repurposed as a table. There's an empty antler rack, gas lamp, and a box of matches sets on the crate. There's also a crate on the foot of the bed blazoned with a White House coffee logo. There's also a potbelly stove and a chimney vent. Two framed photographs hang on the wall over the bed. And on the photographs is going to be him and Pierce McIntyre in some city in the background. It looks like you were both very drunk that day with bottles of wine going up to the sign, and you guys must have held that pose long enough for that photograph to develop. The next one is with Ivan, where Billy Ray is over your shoulders and neck holding up the prize belt as you have your hands on your hips in a buffalo stance posing for the photograph.
Nice.
Sneak back.
Nothing seems too bad in here so far. There's lots of
So far.
bugs.
Yep. Other than the moths, there's just a few left. Nothing really else in here. And it's a very small one-room shack.
All right. I suppose I'll head in there then, and seeing the lamp and the matches, I'll light up the lamp and see if that doesn't draw the moths in from the walls, at least.
It does. When you move the lamp, there's another photograph that was beneath the lamp. It's a much older Billy Ray. The first pictures were him younger with a few of you guys, but this one is he's standing with another man and a very young child in front of what appears to be a livery that has a sign that says "Horses bought and sold, rigs for rent."
I'll set the lamp to the side, pick up the photograph, and assuming it's framed, I'll try to dismantle the frame, take the picture out, and see if there's anything written on the back of it.
There's not, but you do so.
Well, this could be helpful in some respect, or maybe not. I don't know. I'll put that in my stash of photography supplies, and I'll collect the other pictures too, because I figure they might, Ivan and Pierce might like to have those.
So everything in this room has Billy Ray's soul touch on it. So again, that kind of indigo and electric blue is just highlighting everything he's touched everywhere he slept.
Is there anything glowing particularly brightly aside from like the lamp or his bed or
That one
like that?
corner where the electric lights look like a puddle on the floor.
Yeah, I noticed some. I probably noticed like a small mound of dirt where some digging may have been done from time to time, but
You don't see an outhouse or a urinal anywhere,
Yeah.
so it's dirt floor.
all right. Well, okay. I'll turn out the lantern in case it accidentally burns down the shack, and then I'll step out. Seems relatively safe.
Maybe he's got some notes about where he was prospecting it.
Ah,
Since that's what he
Maybe.
seemed to be doing.
Yeah.
Fellow
If you want to search
prospector,
the place,
prospect pals.
the only other thing you find if you open up some of the wooden crates, there's some basic carpentry tools. Billy Ray did a stint as a carpenter for a little while. Some well-worn clothing, a few boxes of nails, a tattered copy of James Fenimore Cooper's The Pioneers. That's pretty much it. Billy Ray wasn't much for reading. You're surprised to find a book amongst his possessions. Certainly wasn't the man known to keep a diary, so there's no such thing around as well.
hmm.
You don't find any maps, nothing that would tell you where Pierce McIntyre vision might lead you.
That does make things difficult. I guess I'll check under his bed, see if he stashed any.
Oh, it's not
Maybe-
a bed. It's basically
No.
just, yeah, it's just, a hay mattress on the ground. You can move it
Pile of straw.
aside. Yeah. Let's say you search the place well enough. It's a 1-bedroom, dirt floor. There's not a lot of places to hide anything. You guys go over it pretty well, and you don't really find any leads other than the one photograph
find
that
his other
doesn't
boot?
include. You don't?
Seems like he somehow got off the horse somewhere else.
Jebediah, you were caring for the horse, and as I'd said, it had saddlebags that were crushed by the horse kind of rolling around. And you notice that one of the saddlebags kind of red staining on it. And you take a look inside, and there was a couple of wine bottles in there that got smashed and broken. This must have been days ago, because everything's dried.
Okay. Is there anything else in any of the saddlebags?
Basic stuff, a few tools, nothing for digging though, really. Just, a few simple tools, change of clothes, what used to be a sandwich. Mostly mold right now.
Yeah. Are there any like tracks or maybe like
There's tracks everywhere. Like the indigo electric blue tracks is all over the place, like everywhere that he walked around his own property.
Is there any like leading away from the property?
Numerous. Yeah, like numerous. There's obvious trails going back and forth many times over.
Are there any of a boot
Do
print?
you have any ability in tracking?
And then a boot, and then a foot.
Do you have any ability in tracking?
Probably not.
Yeah, you can roll a D10 plus intelligence if you want.
Would
Pretty high number on
I
that.
would like to point out that if this shack is a dead end, it's just one of multiple clues that we were given. We could head over to his friend, was it Ed Moxie's house, who lives behind the Cowboy's Rest. He might have words on where the latest prospect area was.
So Jebediah, not being a trained tracker, you can see there's been a lot of motion in and out around here. You can't determine what's new or what's old. There's you don't see specifically what you're looking for, like boot, foot. You're not seeing that. But it could have also been trampled over by a lot of other things. Okay, Pierce, you said your bit. All right. So where to?
Could lead the horse back into town, and we have a funky saddle to sell.
Good. Or I mean, this horse is in terrible shape. Let it nurse for a few days and put Chance on it with his proclivity to be injured.
They're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
You're so smart, Paul.
Yeah, Mr. We'll be on the herd horse and we'll be hurt together.
Yes, let's check out this Ed Hoxie's place.
Very well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So Ed's staying at one of the local inns. Will everybody please make me a luck check?
My luck score's still 3.
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Pass.
I would have normally passed if I hadn't burned luck last time.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, since Killian has the photograph, as you're walking through town, a painted sign on one of the buildings that also looks like it's closed. Like most of this town is a ghost town. Like everything's closed up. Now, you were told this gets more involved during cattle season, but this looks just bizarre that there are so few people still here. You catch part of a sign that says rigs for rent. You pause, you think for a moment, you look at that photograph again, and you look at the sign in the photograph, and it says horses bought and sold, rigs for rent. You take a look, and this is the building that's in that photograph. It's a livery stable, really badly disrepaired. covered in dust. The paddock fence is broken in several places, like whatever the horses was holding broke out.
Well, that'll make it easy to trespass.
Yep.
Time to commit a petty crime.
All right. Yeah, you pause as Killian looks at the photograph and wait, hold on, wait. Draws everybody's attention. Taking a better look at the perimeter of the building and that paddock that's got the broken fences everywhere. There's a huge pit in the middle of where that field was.
Yeah, I'm going to take a moment to gloom up my shotgun again, and I'll head into the pit.
I'll tag along with
You
him.
can also, as you get closer to it, you can clearly see fading indigo electric blue footprints indicating the residue left by Billy Ray. Smears on the ground begin at the back of the property. It looks like it's gone through the property at some time.
I'll try to see if there's like a spot where the trails all congregate,
Okay.
like a particular spot in the pit, maybe.
So you want to try and follow Billy Ray's footprints round and about. Yeah, actually it's not difficult. I mean, it traipses back and forth around the property several times, but it ends up at that pit.
Yeah. I'll definitely head into the pit to see if there's anything worthwhile inside of it.
Actually, wait. Let me backtrack a little bit. So yeah, it went around the pit, but then it looks like it continues on in other locations. If you want to track it further away, you'll need to make a tracking roll for me of some sort. But he definitely went to the pit here to observe it.
If there's something of importance inside the pit, could potentially be dangerous. I'll be sure to wave to the others to sort of motion big hole in the ground. The trail continues that way, though.
Feeling kind of nervous about holes in the ground just recently.
Yeah, that's astute.
I'd hate to
If you
like
die, I can send you on your way very quickly with this, and I'll pull out the $20 coin. That's a joke. I don't intend to let you die. I could also force you to reanimate your body for a short time if you have any final words, that sort of thing.
Stop.
I'll
So-
continue on along the side of the pit to sort of see
Okay.
where the tracks lead off to.
There's the spirit of a child sitting a little lower in the pit, legs dangling off, just kind of sitting there looking down into the pit.
I'll say, "Oh, there's somebody here. There's a dead person." I'll speak to this person quickly. Excuse me, there.
Just kind of ignores you.
young
And
child.
yeah, when you say young child, looks up, says, "Oh, you can see me."
I can
Oh,
speak to you.
well, yeah. I mean, I see your mouth moving. I hear words. I assume you're speaking to me, though. That's new.
I imagine so.
He kind of stands up and wipes his hands off. Can't quite reach the top of the pit, but he sticks his hand out and says, "I'm Gordy."
Killian, and I'll reach down and I'll
Yep.
ape
Touch his
shaking his
fingertips. Yeah.
hand. Yeah. So what is this pit? What is its significance here?
Well, it opened up about a month ago.
I see. And have you seen somebody by the name of Billy Ray Jespers?
Oh yeah, my
Recent-
uncle and Billy were practically neighbors.
Oh, your uncle.
Yeah, they get together, drink whiskey, and talk all night long sometimes. Uncle said
see.
that Billy Ray was just dumb enough but for what, he never said. Leastwise, not to me. He was here a few nights ago. He ran in, hollering and fit to be tied, screamed and pointing at the sky like the moon were chasing him. Then he found that old can, shook it out over his eyes, and lit a match so his eyes caught up fire. I thought I heard him holler before, but now he screamed like nothing you ever heard, running out into the night, face and hair aflame. I would have followed him, but I can't go more than a few paces from this hole, except on All Hallows Night when I get to go into town.
Would you? Oh boy. Is that something that you would like to do, or continue to remain here and occasionally get out for your fancy dead people day, or would you like to perhaps see what the other side of existence is like?
I'd like to move on and such, but points down to the pit. I'm buried down there. Got no priest to send me on my way. Body's all torn up and wrecked.
Well, I'll see if I can't help you along in that respect. I'll, if you could show me where you're buried exactly.
He hops into the hole, which is easy for a spirit to do. Not so easy for a fleshed individual to do.
I see.
He points to he kind of does a little tap dance on bottom of the pit. Says about 4 feet under here.
I may need a ladder and a shovel, but I will return and I'll help you along your way. After I share with my not so incorporeally inclined friends the contents of our conversation. Adieu. I'll gather with the rest of the people and I'll say, there is a small child buried down in that pit in a terrible condition, as I understand it. His uncle was a friend of Billy Ray, or perhaps was inclined towards using Billy Ray in some way, and that he was just dumb enough to do something. This man, however, is either dead or horribly mutilated, as he doused his eyes with kerosene and lit them ablaze before running off into the night.
Is the kid like the one in the picture, maybe?
Oh, yes, that's a good... Yeah.
It is.
And I'll check. Yep, that's him. I assume that's the uncle.
So within the last month, the kid died?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And more recently than that, this fellow lit his own head afire.
That
That
fella
was
read
Billy,
anything
right?
funny?
So hold on. Let me pause for a second. Kid was already dead. He was already a spirit when Billy Ray came through. The way he's talking is that the sinkhole opened up some time ago, but he was already dead prior to that.
Okay, so but he was in the picture?
Mhm.
Like all of us could see him in the picture, or just...
Yeah. Nope. You
Wait,
could all see him in the picture.
Sounds like the child died and then was buried, and then the sinkhole opened up where he was buried at.
And ruined his remains quite grotesquely.
Yes. Well, let's get you that shovel then.
Very well. Yeah, that's something that I can do in the morning. That's fine. Shouldn't take me too long. If we have any other leads to investigate, perhaps?
Well, you've got a clear boot prints left behind by Billy as he ran out of here with his his eyes and hair on fire, apparently.
Oh boy.
Let's follow those.
All right, who's going to do the tracking?
Scout.
None of you are particularly good at that. Actually, Chance, you're a
Chance, I keep saying
cowboy.
Scout.
Yeah. You can make that roll at a full D20.
Okay. What would I be rolling for that?
It's intelligence for the modifier, but you get a full D20 instead of a D10. You're the closest thing they have to a woodsman.
Yep, and I delivered with the usual level of skill that I do. It's a 6.
Got some
Not
rerolls.
enough, but yeah, someone has.
Do we
just
wanna use one?
Reroll.
Please do.
Yes.
You have a D20.
Yep.
Let's do it up then.
There we
Hey,
go.
there we
go.
That's good.
14 this time.
Chance is in the lead, following
actually
this
get another one.
electric blue footsteps of Billy Ray, where you can clearly see one booted foot, one naked foot as you follow along. Yeah, so it's a couple of miles that apparently Billy made it. And you follow the trail past the old holstery, get it out into the forest a little bit, out into the plains, and eventually there's a ditch that you see just over a small rise under a tall bristlecone pine. There's a body in it. Clearly been dead for a while, as bones are exposed. The body has been chewed and eaten on by creatures out here in the forest.
Is it the right color?
Including a filthy sheepskin coat and tattered dungarees. There's no hat or boot, single boot missing.
I got him.
Well,
He's dead.
that is not the ending we were hoping for. I guess let's
Well,
go down there.
Yes,
Maybe his
perhaps
spirit's lingering since he didn't have his cash to cross.
Plus, he also died without a boot, which I understand is very serious news here in America.
True.
I'll go to the mound with the recently deceased Billy Ray Jespers and see what's what.
Killian, you walk up just as you're passing underneath the bristlecone pine. The creature that was lying in wait gives itself away, making a mewling cry right before it leaps. It failed its stealth check, so you're not surprised.
Good thing I wasn't the one who got a couple steps closer.
For this round, I want you and it to initiate only. After that, everyone else can engage.
Oh, baby. Do we have? Yeah, we do. Initiative. Ooh-ah.
Oh,
It beats you, but with a 7. All right. There's a cry of you are all know what a cougar sounds like. You hear the "Rah!" kind of like a high-pitched but guttural at the same time yell of a cat. That was a horrible impression of a cougar, but you know what a cougar
no,
sounds
that
like.
was spot on.
As
Also,
leaps.
Royce just bought us a point of luck.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. And so Killian, yes, it attacks. It goes first. So here we go. Let's see, what does it get for? Boom. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. That's a critical hit.
Glad it wasn't me. Sorry, Killian.
Bye, Killian. All right. So that's just the straight damage, which is 9 as it jumps on you and rakes you with its claws. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here we go. Give me a second. Ooh, this will be the piercing table. That's not too bad. Okay. Blow strikes a foe with such force that the target is slammed into an adjacent foe within 5 feet. No one is that close to you. Doing extra damage to the target. A target is spun awkwardly and left over for bonus attack. Okay, so basically you're spun around and it gets to make a second attack on you. No extra damage, but it does get a second attack.
Rip.
Going for a bite this time, which I believe misses. What's your armor class?
11.
Yeah, so the second strike misses. Okay, yes. This is the first time you have seen, and what you're looking at is it started as a typical wild cougar, but there is an odd number of limbs growing from it, as well as like a tiny vestigial head that's growing out underneath its body. It's also like a little kitten head that's making little mewling sounds. It also has 2 tails. It's a horribly mutated cougar. This is a fear check.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Someone asked in chat that I'm missing so many opportunities for fear checks. These guys have been around for a while. They're mostly immune to fairly mundane fear checks at this point. They've seen a lot of crap, but this definitely calls for one.
Mercifully, I think I did pretty well.
You did very well. Yes, you passed.
I assume we'll be making them on our respective turns, or
Yep. And so now everyone can initiate.
I don't wanna.
I don't think I'm going to use the Roll20 system, so just people call out to me. I don't know if it's going to populate or not.
Oh,
It might.
no.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I got an 11.
well, I gotta double check something to see what I'm gonna do here. Might just try and protect myself. Sorry. Where is that?
Ivan, what did you get?
I got a
Yeah.
9.
You got a 9. Okay, that showed. Killian, what did you get?
1.
All right, I think everybody's populated then. All right. Just going to give Chance the 23 going first. Which Chance, you need to make a gut check.
Oh, it didn't update for some reason. I have an 11 also.
Well, you're still first.
I guess it doesn't
Go ahead.
matter.
Yeah.
If you want to
Go
go
ahead.
first, you can, because I'm contemplating what exactly I'm going to do. Because I assume if I do anything in combat, I'm going to throw off my rest.
I will.
Oh, no. You haven't bedded down for the day yet. So you haven't started you're fine. It's not going to
Okay.
compromise anything.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Yeah, I can. All I'm going to do is activate my branding iron.
Okay. I need you to make that check first, though.
Oh, yeah, that grit test.
Yes.
I pulled a 10.
You pulled a 10. Okay, so give me a second. It is hit dice is 4. That is going to fail, but only by 2.
Okay, so I take 2 points of grit damage. Okay.
No, I need you to, that's what's going to modify on the chart.
Oh,
And, okay. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll.
D20.
Oh, and we got another reroll in the chat. So I think we have 3
Do you,
now.
yeah, do you want to re-roll that, or do you want to
Nah,
take it?
I'm letting this ride. I like.
You want to try it? All right.
Yeah, I rolled a 12. Oh, I rolled a
12
D12.
modifier.
Hang on. I screwed up.
Okay. Do you have any hexes on you right now? Hex
No.
tokens?
No, I don't.
Shouldn't.
So I
Okay.
need to roll a D20.
What is your
D20, I
luck?
got a
You got a
16.
positive.
Say what again?
You have a positive modifier
For luck?
for luck.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have a negative
I have
modifier
a
for luck.
negative 2 on luck.
Oh, that's not good. 20. You feel the current situation will only result in your death, and to save your allies, you rouse one last attempt at bravery and throw yourself directly into the face of death. You shield your allies from the biggest threat in the combat at the cost of every successful attack, resulting in a critical hit.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, then I don't activate my branding iron.
Oh my.
Pierce
I
goes wild and attacks it with his fists, sir.
have a knife.
All right, you pull that knife and you charge into this mutated cougar. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Go get him, Paul.
Yeah. That's 12 to hit for 1 point of
Okay, that's-
damage.
It's gonna miss. It's gonna miss.
Oh, I should have gone first now that somebody's in melee.
Did you
Yep.
decide what you're gonna do, Daniel?
Yeah, I just wanted to look over my abilities to decide if something was going to be beneficial or not, and it wasn't going to be. So, yeah, I'm going to shoot him, I hope, or I'm going to kill Pierce.
You got to make that fear check first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's yeah, never mind. I'm probably not going to get past that. So, nope.
Wow.
I've never
Okay.
succeeded on one of these this entire game.
So you failed it by 7. Roll me a d20, and do you have a positive or a negative luck modifier right now?
Positive.
Okay, positive what?
It is +1 currently.
So d20 roll, and then we're going to add 6 to that.
7.
Oh, hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Ain't no beating this thing. Whatever it is you just took a gander at spells certain doom for you and the poor folks in your company. The best course of action is get to stepping before your friends beat you to it. As the slowest to act is the first to get eaten. You immediately flee with your next action and continue to run for 1d6 further rounds. If a DC will, okay, so you're running away this round, but then you can make a DC 12 will save to stop running your next turn.
I think.
And my grit score is reduced by 7.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Can you recover grit or?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good.
We'll do that in some downtime if you guys get back to a place of safety.
I doubt.
So Chance goes, ah!
I might. I mean, the rest of them won't, but I might.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Pierce is showing more spine than he has ever before as he just takes his thing on a melee as Chance goes fleeing into the day. Ivan, make me a fear check first.
This is grit check?
It's a grit check. Oh, dear God.
God bless it.
You might want to use one of those re-rolls if you
might
can.
want to use a reroll.
I'll use a reroll. How about that? 14.
You pass. What do you want to do?
That's a good reroll.
You can do your
Ivan will bravely chase after Chance to make sure that he's okay. I got very little health, and but he's got one less than me, so he needs protection. So I'm going to chase after Chance.
Pierce is the bravest person in this party.
Not willingly.
Yep. Right now he is.
Okay. It goes. It is going to try. It's still on Killian. It's going to try and take a big old bite out of Killian. It's got a taste for French today. Boom. Pretty sure that hits. It's not a crit, though.
Thank God.
6 points of damage. Is it? You feel its 2 canines just rip into your shoulder blade.
Yard.
Yeah.
You up still?
Yep.
Scab, it's you. And unless you've got a power that says otherwise, you still have to make your fear check as well.
I do. So let me roll that real quick. Quick check.
You make it with spades. What do you want to do? No problem. It's just another kitty. It's probably misunderstood.
Well, that's why I'm going to try and hook him with that there Cyclops shepherd crew. Mad kitty, down, down.
I'll smack him. Maybe. Do I still are your shepherds or you did the branding on me sometime? Has it been a week or is that past already?
It's still good. No, it's still good.
Okay.
It's still
I
on.
forget, was that a +1 to attack or was it just AC? I'm sorry.
I think it was AC benefits. Let
Just
me
AC?
double check. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't get high enough to give you the attacks.
Okay, cool.
+1 to AC and saving throws.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, saving throws.
Man, and we do still have, I think, 2 rerolls left.
Are you up for me using a reroll?
I am.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Please.
Use them up. Use them up.
Crush him.
It's the thing to do.
There we go. Maybe 15
Boom.
hits
That
for a
hits.
whopping 13 damage, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
13 damage. That's still a fair amount of
Or
damage.
3, I mean to say.
3. Yeah, 3.
I botched damage. I rolled a 1.
You hit it with the back into that shepherd's crook, doing a little bit of damage.
I'm not
Which
quite
brings
sure
us-
if I really want to hurt the kitty. I'm just trying to like catch it and hook a little bit. I'm
Brings us
like,
to Jebediah.
get that
making
cute
the
little
fear
baby
check
head.
All right.
first.
How many rerolls do we have before I roll? 1? Okay. How much do we need to pass the grit check?
13.
13. All right, I'll
So
spend
4 points.
hopefully only 1 luck.
Oh, and we're back up to 2 rerolls.
Oh, nice.
Boom. You got it.
Hey, 1 luck.
You can act.
Sweet.
2 of your friends are fleeing. Pierce is just gone gonzo, is going mano a mano with his knife with it. It's taking a bite out of Killian. Scab is just kind of hit it upside its head with the staff, doing very little. What's Jebediah doing?
Is there a penalty to firing like point
Yes.
blank with a gun? Okay.
Well, you're firing into a melee, which there's most definitely a.
Okay. Well, that's I wanted to fire as a melee to see if that would help.
No,
But,
no.
Okay.
You can club it with your gun as a melee, but you can't fire as a melee.
I don't want to risk killing my friend, so I'm going to run in and use Dimitri's knife. And
Okay, yeah. Run in.
you can say how many attacks you want to make and take minuses in this one, or is that?
No,
am I getting
no.
a different system?
You have
confused?
1 attack unless you've got something that gives you more.
Okay. I think I was confusing deadlines. Let's just do 1 attack. All right.
Jebediah Bajembums. You hit him. 2 points of damage. All right.
Yep.
That knife scours its side. You see its fur kind of changes colors as you do just a little bit of damage, but it definitely has made the creature mad. Definitely made it mad. That is the last action of the turn. Let's go ahead. Let's have another turn. Go ahead and
Did
roll me your
Killian get to
initiative.
go as well? Since
Oh, actually, Killian. Oh, Killian's a 1 as well. Sorry, Killian.
I'm going to roll Bone Dance, or spend 2 personality points to cast Bone Dance.
Okay.
And for the next 3 turns, I'm going to have a bunch of ghosts swirling around me.
Okay.
And any successful attack used against me, I get a chance to roll a luck check to see if the attack hits one of my ghosts protecting me instead.
Okay. Yeah. You have summoned spirits to offer ablative protection to you. All right. So
Yes.
next round, go ahead and roll, everybody.
I also need to roll to see how many turns that's going to last for me. 3. All right.
Let me know whenever
welcome to the
everyone's
place.
Oh my god.
Okay, has everybody rolled their initiative? All good?
We're missing some.
All right. That puts Jebediah Bajembums at the top of the 17.
We're missing Chance.
All right.
Yeah, do make your initiative roll for chance. Then we'll check to see if you have to keep running or if you can do something on your turn.
So, seeing that my knife wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be, and how badly hurt Killian is.
Mhm.
Oh wait, is Chance going ahead of me now? You gotta.
What did he roll? A 20? Yeah, but I think is he? Yeah, the Daniel's there. You were just muted. So you
Yeah,
got a 20
I had to reload. The table was goofing up on me.
Gotcha. Not a problem. So go ahead and make that save.
It's a will save.
Will save.
All right.
And you get a +1 to that will save.
You
Oh,
do.
good. Well, I got 17 then, which hopefully is enough.
It is enough. So you can act. You can stop running. You ran like a full double move last time, so you're that far away, but that's still well within gunshot if you feel like shooting into a melee. which, you're really good. I mean, you
You
couldn't
got
possibly
this.
hit one of your
You
friends.
got this.
I'm really good, and my range is extra long because I'm a gunslinger.
Do it.
I believe in you.
You got this.
Yeah.
Hey, if you
You-
accidentally hit me, I can roll a luck check to see if you accidentally shoot one of my ghosts instead.
Nice.
do you
Actually, I
remember-
feel like I gotta close my eyes, and
That's so good. Yeah.
it's the only way.
Can
All right,
confirm.
let's go ahead and take a shot because this is a good idea. I got a 2, so there's a chance. It's a good start. Nope.
Okay. All right. So here's how this is going to work. You're firing into melee.
Uh-huh. I'm helping.
Struck. Okay. Roll a D. Okay. Roll a D percentage. 50% or less, it's just a miss. 51 and higher, you hit something else.
Of course.
Okay, so roll a D2. 1 is Pierce, 2 is Killian.
All right, Killian, do your thing.
Bring it.
I'm up there too.
Check. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah, that's true. He's there as well. Reroll that then. Make it a D3 and Jebediah.
Oh man, now it's gonna hit Pierce. No, it's still Killian.
It's
Okay,
still gonna
good.
hit
All right.
Killian. Okay, so reroll the attack roll. You do not draw another card though. Just reroll your attack roll. And if it hits Killian, it hits Killian.
Okay. Sorry. This one's gonna be remarkable, I'm sure.
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
Okay, good.
you missed.
Good.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, so that bullet came remarkably close to Killian's head. A few inches to the left, we would have had a Killian's brain all over the place. So, Jebediah, you're up.
All right. Yeah, seeing as my knife didn't do as much as I wanted, and then Killian's pretty close to down, I'm gonna use Dead Man's Hand.
Oh, okay. That doesn't miss.
So, yep.
Mm.
I'll step back and start drawing cards.
This is like magic missile, basically. It always hits its target, but there are random effects that happen. For those of
7,
You.
another 7, and a 6. How does this thing look hurt at all from our fight?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. So you've done 3 hits. Each one will do you a mojo die worth of damage, but no special thing. So what did you roll? You said what was it again? A 6, a 7, and a what?
I'll do one more card.
Okay.
4. Okay.
And a
There we go.
4. All right, so it's
Yep.
4 mojo dice worth of damage,
Okay.
but no special effects.
No special effects.
10
10.
points of damage. Okay, that hurt it quite a bit. Did not put it down. It has it screams in agony. You see its fur flip colors again. It went from a deep red to now a very dark black. Scab, you're up.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll continue what I'm doing. Get off him. Get off.
That hits. Just 3 more points of damage, though. It is looking pretty bad. The little kitten head that's growing out of its abdomen is just kind of hanging loosely now, tongue lolling out. One of its 2 tails is broken and just kind of bent down and dangling. It's still in the fight, though. It seems to be very possessive of Billy Ray's corpse. Ivan, you're up. You just saw that Chance has stopped running. He's turned around and fired. What are you doing?
Well, the first thing I did was probably duck while he fired because I was chasing after him. And I guess I'll turn around and run back towards everybody else.
Okay, yeah, you took a full run, so you need another full run to get back to everyone. So, okay, that's what you do.
Yeah. I'm a little bit confused and yell something at Chance about like, I wish you'd make up your mind.
All right.
Me
so
too.
It's up now. It's got 3 choices of attack. I'm going to do the same thing. Roll a d3, and it's going to go after Pierce.
No.
It's going to claw
No.
at Pierce. It's going to end your papa, Scab.
Don't you do it. I've been playing gentle.
Swipe. Bam.
Dirty 20. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Are you hurt already?
Yeah, I was
It
already.
claws
8
your
out of
face
11.
for 5 points damage.
Oh, I still got 3 left. Plenty of room.
And it is your
Not
turn
even
now.
close.
Oh, it's my turn?
Eventually,
It's your turn.
if y'all get knocked down, I can shoot at it safely.
I stabbed it with my knife last time, and I don't think that
Overlaying.
was aggressive enough with my intervention. So I am going to attempt to wrestle this thing to the ground.
All right. We'll do a strength versus strength contest then.
Right. I got a 13. I was not expecting that.
It is not that strong. It has no strength bonus. So, bam! It's still got a 13. Defender wins the tie, though. So
Okay.
you do not.
That's fair.
You grapple at it. You roll a bit, and it pulls away from you, looking very surprised that you tried that tactic.
Standing toe to toe with this abomination.
Yep, it gives you some breathing room, Killian, as you're able to get you to your feet now, and you do what?
This thing is up in melee range. That is
Yes.
unfortunate. Because I do.
Actually,
have a
if
very
you're trying to
lovely
use a
social-
power that requires you to not be in melee, I'm going to say that Pierce's action actually took it out of melee with you.
Oh,
So if
well,
you
in that case, I'm
yeah,
going to shoot
you
at it
have
with
an
a coach
action.
gun.
Okay,
Oh, God.
yeah, that's fine. Same rules though. Yeah, you can possibly hit Pierce, but go ahead.
I got to believe.
You gotta believe.
Oh, man, I got to believe harder than that.
That's a miss.
Do we have a
Did you
reroll?
keep it? You do.
Okay, good. I think I'll spend it because
Do you have 1 or 2? I think it's
At least
Chase.
one. So
I have a boon. I'll spend my boon to do the reroll.
Okay.
There we go. Boom. And
Okay,
I will,
that's-
just to make sure that it hits, I'm going to spend 2 points of luck.
okay, just need to spend one. I'll tell
Okay.
you what the target is. 1
oh,
point of
there
damage.
we got another reroll bot. So
Only does a point of damage to it though, but it's looking really rough at this point.
Well, actually,
limping us on
that
damage
damage
rolls.
isn't quite right because I had it charged with gloom,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this table doesn't allow me to roll a d20 for damage.
Right.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh hell yeah! Twice as much damage.
That's
Significant
actually
improvement.
enough.
Oh, God.
What does that look like as your enchanted shotgun blows it away?
Just
What
a-
does that look like?
A mist of crackling blue spiritual bird shot goes flying through this thing.
Okay, yeah. There is a very sickly, mutated looking cougar dead on the ground. Looking very sad.
did I help?
And we are past time, so we'll end it for the night with you looking at this poor mutated cougar over the body of your dead friend Billy Ray, dead in a ditch for more than a week, it appears. Chuck, what's going on with the defenders this week?
We'll get to defenders in just a second, but just anyone who's watching, we are playing Weird Frontiers. And if you don't have you don't have it yet, hit up this link right here. Head over to DriveThruRPG and purchase it, and a whole lot of cool adventures from Stiff Whiskers Press. So go buy that. But yeah, defenders. This week we got Wednesday. Well, let me start off. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between defenders and Grim and Perilous Plays this week. So Tuesday on twitch.tv/Grim and Perilous Plays, I'll be running the Dragonbane Quick Start. Wednesday on Defenders, twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. Here is my card wall. Go ahead and click on that. You can find all of our stuff there. But Wednesday, also running Dragonbane Quick Start for a number of the people here. Friday on Defenders of Cobalt, we do our weekly Dungeon Crawl Classic games, which is in our Dead Sun campaign. And it goes wildly sideways every single session. Lost in time, teleported away, half the party dies. I mean,
And my
There's
grandma.
no telling what's going to
yeah,
happen.
Joe's character accidentally killed his own grandma.
Poor Otis's grandma even made cookies.
Yeah. So that's every
That was
Friday
so-
night on Defenders of Cobalt. And then Saturday night, we'll be back on Grim and Perilous Plays. Jeff from Adventures in Lollygagging is running us through some Heart. So, yeah, and that's exciting. Jeremy's there too for that.
Jeremy, you've got a Patreon that you plug. What is that?
Yeah. And Reese on Patreon, you got comic books, you get art, tokens, RPG assets. Check it out.
Good stuff. And plugs of my own. First of all, hey, if you're going to drive through RPG, Chuck, being the humble person he is, didn't tell everybody about the module that he's selling on there now for
Shit.
for a certain role-playing game.
Hang on, I got a link.
Drop
Said,
it.
Use
Go
this
buy
link.
Chuck stuff.
I have. Where's that? Sent me too many messages. I gotta find it. Here it is.
He's so humble he can't tell you how to throw money at him. 'cause,
Yes.
you know.
Go here. Drive through RPG. I got an adventure out through Grim and Perilous Studios called The Kids Aren't All Right. It is a basic tier adventure for Zweihander RPG. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
And on my own channel, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder, the next game we have going is this Tuesday, which is normally first edition Dungeons and Dragons. This week, we are supporting my friend Jeff with the launch of Dicey Tales second edition, which will be hitting a Kickstarter very, very soon. We're going to start playing a story arc in that to give everybody a taste of what that game is all about. It is pulp action. It is going to be a lot of fun. The game we're playing will be just after World War II with a bunch of globe hopping, probably murder hobos. We'll be honest about it. But that's what's going on Tuesday. Friday is BX Dungeons and Dragons as we play in the Mystara setting. And Saturday is Cyberpunk Red, a little sitcom/cyberpunk mashup I'm calling Choom. There we go. And Sunday, Shadowrun. This time using the actual Shadowrun system, second edition.
Crazy.
Oh boy, we've been playing this for well over a year now. In everything but Shadowrun. So this
Prepare for math.
we are doing the maths by playing the actual Shadowrun system. So come and join us for a lot of stuff. Check out my podcast at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. There is over 13 years worth of podcasted games on there. We've been playing a long time. We're not sorry about it, but you might regret listening. Maybe. Anything else, Chuck?
That's good.
Get out of here, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, guys.
Goodbye.